B96.
David Archuleta, season 7. He was number 2. He was the runner-up. And I understand that when you auditioned in San Diego, you thought you were being kicked off.
Well, I wasn't.
What was the story on that
on,
one?
Well,
Didn't they dismiss you and then they said, well, wait, you?
Yeah. They did that on my very first round, actually. And I wasn't like surprised or anything because that's kind of what I was expecting, that I guess. But for the first round, they had like groups of 4s go up to the tables and you just sang like 15 or 20 seconds to the 2 judges. They had a bunch of tables, and when I went, I sang, and they were just like, "Yeah, okay, thanks everyone. Unfortunately, none of you are what we're looking for, but thanks so much for coming out." I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, I guess it wasn't this time, but it was like a lot of waiting, but at least I got to know what it was like. And so then we started all leaving, and then they're like, "Hey, come back here." And I didn't know they were talking to me. I was just like, So I kept walking. And they're like, "Wait, no, you, come back here." I was like, "Okay." And they're like, "You're through." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was so excited. I mean, it's like, I've been a fan of the show for a while. And so just to know that I got through the first round, it was really exciting for me.
Paula Abdul always looks spacey when we watch from Chicago.
I'm always spacey, too.
Yeah. Well, let's play a little Paula talking about you. You remember this one?
David, you are ridiculous. I want to just squish you, squeeze your head off, and dangle you from my rearview mirror.
What's funny? I wasn't
honest to
even.
God.
I wasn't even. I couldn't even hear her. I was like so out of it by that point. I guess I was just like.
We had to read her
like,
lips too. Don't worry, David.
Yeah.
How about Simon talking about you?
When you got it, you got it. And David, that was by a comfortable mile best performance of the night so far.
David Archuleta, new album out on November 11th. Call David Archuleta.
You were so consistent from week to week. You got very few criticisms. How do you improve when you're not really given harsher criticism?
Well, they did give some critiques, and I always appreciated what they said because it's like that motivates you to want to do better. And I think I'm my hardest critic because I'm always like, "Oh no, I don't know. I never, it's like a performance is never really perfect." And so it's like you always can improve it. It's like, "Oh, I could have done that better." And it's so hard for me to listen back to my performances. I've never watched any of the shows yet. I just can't stand it.
Wow, that's a sign of a perfectionist, and that's not bad.
Well, I tried to watch the first show just because they're like, it's good to look at, what you can improve on. Right when I started talking, I had to leave the room. I don't know. It's just so weird. I can't stand my voice. I can't stand my weird.
Is there some self-loathing here you need to talk to a shrink about? Feel free, man, to cry on my shoulder. I know all about you, David. So is it true? The big rumor about you was your dad was becoming a belligerent and they had to kick him out backstage. True or false?
I
Jeff?
mean, look, he's harmless. Really.
I know. Well, he's standing here looking at me like.
I mean, people always, they're like, people thought he like made me cry and stuff. And it's like, first of all, I'm like 17. And it's like, I think I'd be able to stand up for myself if, I don't know. I mean, he doesn't even yell at me. First of all, I mean, he's pretty laid back.
But did they kick him out backstage? Jeff,
no,
Jeffrey, no longer
he was my guardian. He had to be with me all the time.
Okay.
So
he keeps the girls away.
Well, I was a minor, so I think that's why there's so much controversy. Because there were parents before during Top 24, but then I was the only minor in the Top 12. And so I guess that caused a lot of attention, and they didn't really have anything to talk about with any of us. Like, they always try to start something, and it's like it's not going to work. There's nothing for the press and TMZ to talk about us. So I guess we were an easy target. But I mean, yeah, I mean, we were fine. I was so wrapped up in the competition and worrying about my next performance. Is just like, leave me alone. I just need to worry about this. It was stressful enough with just that stuff going on, and then school and all that fun stuff. But, I think I managed to get through it, and I think it was a good experience for what was ahead of time because, that you had such a tight schedule and so much going on that I think it was a really good preparation for now.
In hindsight, do you think that when they start TMZ, as you just said, or other paparazzi things, start talking about your personal life, do you think that's really the beginning of when you become not just a singer, but an actual star?
I guess, I don't know. I mean, that's what everyone in this side of, in the entertainment business has to go through, I guess. I mean, everyone has rumors about them, and everyone always wants to know. It's like, I want to know about their personal lives. I guess the more people know you, the more they want to get into your privacy, which is really interesting.
We don't care who you sleep with. It doesn't matter, David. Just be careful of your garbage. People will be going through your garbage. You're in trouble. Hey, man, it's been a blast talking to you. You are as nice as they advertised. Right, guys?
Yes.
Nice.
David
thanks.
Archuleta in studio. New album is called David Archuleta, featuring the song Crush, out November 11th on the Comcast couch.
Yep.
Any special girl in your life now or no?
Not yet. I've still been so focused on recording and stuff.
You got a car yet?
I haven't gotten it yet. What? I know.
You're a 17-year-old
I haven't had time
dude.
for anything.
What kind of car you want to get?
Well, they, Ford, for the finale, they gave us Ford cars. But I just haven't had time to go get it yet. So I just, yeah.
David Archuleta, a great voice.
Oh, thank you.
You're like an old soul. I feel like you sang to me in my womb or something. Thanks for coming in. Archuleta, by the way, ethnic background. Do you have any Latino in you?
Yeah. Well, actually, my mom is from Honduras, Central America. And I guess it's like Basque on my dad's side.
That's where you get the dark Latin-looking eyes.
You speak Spanish at all?
I speak a little bit. It's really broken. I speak with mi abuelita, but not really. I'm always embarrassed to do it in public because, I do make mistakes. So I'm always like, I'm embarrassed to talk in front of
That's
Spanish
pretty good,
people,
though.
but I'll do it in front of my family.
Okay.
David Archuleta on the Comcast couch. Dude, where are you off to now? You just going to go fly back home, maybe?
Not yet. Still have a few more places to go.
I can't wait to hear the album, man. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, thanks for having me. It was good talking to you guys.
Nice talking to you. David Archuleta. This is B96 in Chicago.
B96.